Starting lineup: Kennen, Wukong, Zed, Fortune, Lux up against Set, Warwick, Galio, Ashe, Lux. Kennen as a top 7. It's the Timo model. I think you're playing him out of position. So that's a 5, but we're going to add 2 points because Kennen is really powerful. Zed as a mid. We're gonna bump Zed down from an 8 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10 for casuals because I noticed in this game some survivability issues with Zed and some playability issues with Zed, which is a good thing. An absolute DPS god like Zed should remain exclusive to those who really mastered him. You should not be able to just ace everything on Zed. Fortune as a shooter, a 7. Lux as a support. Lux is not a real support, so I'll give it a 5, but I'll add 1 point for a total of 6 out of 10 because it frequently works. Set as a top, 8. Warwick in the jungle, 8. Galio in the mid, 10. Ashe as a shooter, 6. Lux as a support, 6. Moving on. And for the first play, we're going to have this interaction here that leads to first blood in the mid lane. Directly after, Galio is going in too deep, so I come up behind him, put the ignite on him. That's the first play. For the second play, we're going to get the easy way out with the Warwick pick. And as we will see here, Warwick in the early game receives so much health regeneration and so much attack speed that he is capable of just bearing the weight of my ignite plus the dragon plus me attacking him. So now I put the ignite on him, he's got the dragon on him, and he's got me on him, and he's still staying up. Take a look at that again. See here, I sick the dragon on him. I come around, he's already wounded. I put ignite on him, I start hitting him, the dragon starts hitting him. No problem, nothing matters, nothing at all. Kind of easy mode, right? Third play, and I'm going to come after Galio here. Warwick is going to very selfishly let Galio die. He gets shot by the turret, I go in, and Galio is totally correct there to say WTF, because that is absolutely dirty, foul, childish play by the enemy Warwick here. He just let his teammate die and then died himself anyway. Is not the first time that you see Warwick really being rewarded despite very childish behavior just because he's so wildly overpowered in the first couple of levels. He can get away with literally anything. Fourth play, and we're going to get a true original here. This is going to be my first time ever that a mid, especially a survivability oriented mid, starts chasing me around in the jungle and preventing me from jungling. Here I get my one-on-one with Galio, and he kills me. Fifth play, we're gonna have an all-out team fight here. Galio is going to dive in too deep again. This is a mistake that he's going to systematically make. He's going to assume that he has good teammates behind him. Yeah, and there is no question that the force of this Galio player absolutely decided this game and the turnout of this game. When you get a very responsible pick and a great champion alongside a great mentality, that's lethal, and that is what ended up deciding this game. Taking a look at the scoreboard here. we can read my realization here that I am in an absolute mess in my desperate attempts to try to scrap any kind of survivability together to pull myself out of there, because this was a very one-sided affair. We have Kennen here. Yeah, these items are pretty aggressive. Kennen is a dangerous, risky champion, very powerful champion, where you have to really know when you want to go in. And if you're gonna build in top lane this purely aggressive kind of build, you have to really know the controls. The more that you rely purely on offense, the more that you have to coordinate your abilities perfectly, because when you build up any kind of health or any kind of survivability, you have a bit of a buffer. Whereas if you don't have any survivability, there is no buffer and you have to get everything right from the start. These items are not bad for Zed. They're not bad. Wait a little longer with boots, and I would personally look for something else here. But these items aren't bad, and it's very good that you know that Zed is a champion that revolves around his ultimate. Yeah, this was a tough matchup here in general. These people were good with the controls. This kind of build should really usually work. This is probably the most responsible, mature fortune build that we have seen on the channel in over 7 days. Essentially, this is a perfect way to build fortune. Yeah, these items are good for Lux. This kind of harmony between tanking or wanting to top lane and attack speed really comes into play with champions like Jax. The reason why this item is suboptimal is because you got it way too early. This is a very social, this is an item that you buy in solidarity and that really just helps the team take down structures. Yeah, this was a person who in this context managed their matchup well, and essentially he must have just been quick with the buttons. This is wrong. This is how you build Neko or Jinx. This is wrong for Ashe. Ashe is a champion that primarily relies on her freeze and her slows. You want to build her with these kinds of items so that she can freeze and slow way more often. These items are good for Lux. Moving on. Mm. Mm.
Every mistake is a lesson.
An ally has been slain.
Never settle for second.
An enemy has been slain.
A real challenge. You got it. My journey is only beginning. Show me the path.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
My place is at the top. Who questions my ability? Just try to stop.
Shut down.
Every mistake is a lesson.
Turret plating will soon fall.